Hello everyone, welcome back to the SN Studio for another boarding action battle report. And a very special thank you to GW for sending us the Arks of Omen Angron book ahead of time so we could actually get this recorded. I believe the pre-release is already out, so we actually managed to sit down and play this game. So, start off, I just want to mention on the book, all the new rules for basically Grey Knights, Space Marines, Chaos Space Marines, maybe probably missing some out, are in here. Extra stratagems, extra warlord, not warlord traits, but enhancements and various other bits and pieces are in here. It's a little bit of an odd book, if I'm honest, because it's all about Angron at the start, and the World Eaters, but then there's just boarding action rules. I assume I haven't read all the laws, so I'm assuming there's some sort of attachment, but you can't even use Angron in boarding action. So anyway, yeah, a bit odd, but nonetheless. Now, today we are going to be playing Void the Ship, which is one of the new rules out in this book, one of the new missions, and of course we're bringing some factions within the book to show you some of the new stratagems and bits and pieces to come. Today I am playing, of course, Mr Pardo, and he is bringing the Dark Angels classic with the Death Wing. You'll see more of that in his list in just a moment, and I will be playing what I've dubbed the Seekers of Pleasure. They are a warband of Lucius. They're actually using our Children of the Neverborn special warband here at the SN Studio, with Lucius running the show. So I'll explain about that in my list in just a second. But first of all, Pardo coming up.
So here I am on to boarding action for today for the very first time. I think I'm the only one in the studio lately that hasn't played boarding action, so let's see how it goes. I'm also playing the Dark Angels for the first time in a very, very long time. DC convinced me. He says it was fluffy and Dark Angels would normally be in these ships, so fair enough. Dark Angels it is. As my HQ and my warlord, I have Azrael himself. Beautiful conversion by our friend over at La Islas Canarias in Spain, Mr. Belcher. Here's his Instagram. Go and check his stuff out. It's beautiful stuff. So here's my warlord, and moving on to my troop choices, I have 2 units of intercessors, 2 basic units, normal bolt rifles on them as well, no further upgrades. But look, they are quite good. There's a lot of new stratagems with the new Angron book, and hopefully I can use some of those stratagems in play. Moving over to the elites, I only have 1 for today, and that is a unit of Deathwing Terminators. Really cool as well inside a Zone Mortalis ship or boarding action ship. Probably some of you remember that beautiful Deathwing art where they're moving through the narrow corridors in one of the Zone Mortalis. So hopefully it will be represented in today's game. It's a unit of 5. Obviously I can't go over 5, or I can go to 10 and then half it to 5. But just 5 for today. I've got Power Fists and Combi Bolters on all of them, except for one who's upgraded his missile launcher on the top. So 2 shots, 2 missiles going through the narrow corridors onto the approaching enemies. And then my Sergeant has a Power Sword and a Combi Bolter. That is my list, 495 points for today, nearly at 500. That is one of the things I have noticed. It's very difficult to actually get 500 points on the nose, but hopefully I'll get better at that. With that said, let's check out the Chaos Space Marines, and that's coming up next.
Yes, the Seekers of Pleasure are here. So I was going to pick Children of the Neverborn, our custom SN warband here, and I thought, oh, should I use a cool character? I was going to use Fabius Bile at first, but I was quite a few points down. I thought, oh, what about Lucius? So Emperor's Children it is, using their rules, and of course Lucius will be leading this boarding patrol today. Of course, he can't have one of the enhancements from the book because he is a named character. But that being said, he is an absolute monster in his own right. So he will be accompanied today by 2 identical squads of Chaos Space Marines, 3 chainswords, and then the aspiring champion has a demon blade. I have also a Reaper chain cannon in both of those because Emperor's Children get a benefit there. They don't ignore any of the ballistic skill modifiers, etc. So he's going to be shooting it all the time normally on 3s, which is quite nice. Now, on top of that, I've given them all course mark of Slaaneshi because they are Emperor's Children, and I've given them the icons because they're free, so it adds a little bit of oomph there. Lastly, we have 5 possessed. These are going to be the bodyguard of Lucius. They have an icon as well, but they can't have marks, so they are just as standard. That's the list. It's a little bit under 500 points, I believe, but not quite enough for the underdog benefits that you can get in Arks of Omen boarding action. So with that, you've seen Pardo's list, you've seen the battlefield and the warp outside. Let's head there now in just a second.
The strike cruiser Retribution Unchained escorted Chapter Master Azrael back to the Dark Angel's flagship, the Rock. The vessel traversed the Imperium in order to reach their destination in time. Such journeys are typically fraught with danger, with only the ship's Gellerfield holding back an ocean of demonic entities outside its boundaries, from devouring the entire vessel in a tide of blood and carnage. But what of the dangers from within? Those that worship at the altar of Slaaneshi work side by side with those serfs and stewards loyal to the Emperor. Deep within the lower decks, a small portal was conjured in secret. From its swirling vortex, Lucius, the Eternal, stepped out. A rictus grin of razor-sharp teeth displayed on his scarred features. His master had sent in with a single purpose: breach the defenses, slay Azrael, and capture the Sword of Secrets.
Here we are on board the Dark Angel Strike Cruiser Unchained Retribution. And what are you doing? Are you playing? There he is. I wonder what he's got in his hands there. Now, we are playing Void the Ship from the new Arks of Omen Angron, I guess, upgrade pack? Is that what you call it? Rules upgrade?
They've confirmed there's, 3 books coming out?
Yes.
Which basically has the extra rules
for all the different factions.
All the different factions.
Exactly. But this one does contain Dark Angels and Space Marines.
Space Marines,
yeah, exactly. So, which is why you haven't, well, if you skip the introduction, naughty. But we know you didn't, so you have caught up on all the rules. Let me quickly take you through the battlefield today. As I mentioned, we are in the Strike Cruiser of the Dark Angels, and deep within the warp, as you can see, Slaaneshi has sent his minions to try and take you out. Yeah. Now, all the blue doors are all just ordinary doors, but all of these red doors, as you can see here, there are 4 of them, they are airlocks out into the void of space, or in this case, deep within the warp, as you're probably traveling through.
Yes.
And Slaaneshi has brought Lucius and
pinkish.
Yes, pinkish.
Demonic.
He's brought his pleasure seekers out the warband of his own making to try and open the void doors and bring all those lovely demonettes and other things that Slaaneshi wants to come play with you and your entrails. But you obviously want to stop it. Now, here are all the defending zones. Here, this was actually called a patrol zone, but as Mr Pardo has no reserves, it's just another defending zone, which you can find out in the rules pack. And one here, and there was one over here.
There was one there, yeah.
But you decided not to use that.
No.
Yes.
It's a bit like, there's 2 doors there, so it's like, if you put them, it's like, surprise!
Yeah.
Like, straight away, and you go into your units. But
yeah,
I think tactically, defensive-wise, I think it's better to just be as defensive as possible with the main objectives.
True, agreed.
I guess.
Yes. Now, I've deployed over here with the 2 squads of Marines with their Reaper cannons and all the other goodness. And then over here, Lucius and his cadre, his own personal bodyguard of Possessed, are now coming over this way to the ship. Like I said, objective is I have to basically unlock these.
Yeah.
You can't touch them, only the attacker can unlock them.
I just defend them.
Correct.
We'll also slay the warlord. What? Cut off the head?
Cut off the head, exactly. 10 points for the warlord, 20 points for every door I open, 20 points for every door that stays closed after the end of the game for you.
And then 10 points for being painted.
For being painted, which
So,
we both
thank
just
you,
painted them.
thank you, Belcher, for
Yeah.
painting, for commission painting my
True.
Dark Angels.
And thank you, Seed Studios.
And thank you, C Studios, for painting there. Yeah. We didn't do anything.
We
We did
did-
10 points. We did pay, which
yes.
we did pay a lot. Of
Well,
money,
SN
but-
paid.
Yeah,
So,
SN paid.
Yeah, exactly. Now, with that, there is no roll-off because it says in the book that Defender goes first.
Okay.
So, that's you, exactly. So, without further ado... Oh,
it's my first game of Patrol. You haven't even mentioned it yet.
that's true. It's
Well, I
your
think I mentioned it at the beginning,
Yes.
but we should mention it again.
It's your first game on camera
I'm
of
losing my
Patrol.
virginity.
Ooh. And quickly point out, I forgot to mention, Azrael intercessors, as you can see, the Deathwing right there, and then the last unit, the last hope over that other side of the ship. So, now it's you get to go first. Feels weird there's no roll-off.
No.
So, yeah, good luck.
Thanks.
Here we are at the end of the movement phase for the Dark Angels, and as you can see, Mr. Pardo's done a little movement. Just a bit. Yeah, how do you feel? First movement phase?
I've heard that the first turn is nothing much happens.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So what we've done is moved around with the Deathwing, and we have set to defend.
Yeah, performs an
sorry.
action.
Set to Overwatch.
Set to Overwatch, yeah.
Yes.
So set to defend is
Is
another
the attack
thing.
mode,
Is the
yeah,
attack one. So, yeah, prepared to Overwatch, obviously, it's slightly different. As soon as I get line of sight with the enemy, I can basically shoot at them. Dev stay put, because there is a nice little corridor here, and just in case you start moving this way, I'll
smart.
still be there. And then Azrael has just moved up, haven't run, just because I would just get into the line of sight of a lot of bullets.
True.
So it's a bit silly to do that.
It's true.
So that's it. That's my movement.
That's
my turn.
That's your turn.
That's my turn.
Wow, let's go to my turn one. Coming up.
Movement over for the Seekers of Pleasure. Not a lot happening.
Aren't we all seekers of pleasure?
Yeah, especially you. So
I'm going to put this back.
Da-da-da.
So happy with that.
Okay, so movement over.
Moving over.
Nothing happens, like I stated.
Yeah, turn one, nothing much happened. Now, I've advanced with this squad, got a good advance roll.
Okay,
And then I moved up with this squad.
perfect.
And
You're doing an action as well,
I'm
right?
setting them to Overwatch, just in case you come around the corner.
Okay.
Because I've got a lovely Reaper chain cannon there.
Mhm.
What's nice, though, is that Emperor's Children don't suffer the penalties, because they, of any bliss skill modifiers, everything else. So
Yep.
he can shoot that with perfect, flawless perfection.
Mhm.
Anyway, I've advanced with this squad and hidden behind the wall,
Okay,
and then advanced with Lucius behind them.
okay.
Reason being is next turn I can comfortably get here within an inch, open said door,
Mhm.
and then I'll eat your Overwatch, sure, but then I get to charge you.
Okay.
Whereas if I go here, you could open said door, shoot me, and then charge me.
Yes.
And I want
And I can still charge you, right? But it's going to be a long charge.
yeah, you can
Because I
only,
need to do an action at the end of my movement phase.
so you can only be there.
Yes.
And you got, I
then-
think you only charge where you can see. I have to check.
Okay, okay.
If you can see me,
Yes, I remember
Yeah.
reading that.
so if you can see me, you can charge me.
Okay. So you're hiding away.
And that's my turn, folks.
Lovely.
Yeah.
You have now, by the way, we get CP every command phase. I started with
Yeah.
2 because I am Battle Forged, and Azrael give me 2.
He does,
So
yeah.
I'm 5 now, and I haven't spent anything.
Yeah, you don't get a Warlord trait,
Yes.
but you do get, I guess, your abilities on the data slate.
Yeah.
We found, me and Big Will played it, and we found we had a lot of CP spare.
Yes.
Now, with the introduction of more stratagems, you probably have more to
The
spend.
problem is that you start getting a lot, and really you don't get stuck in till like
Yeah.
3 maybe, turn 2. We'll see. I think we're gonna get stuck in now. So
Hold steady, brothers. The door, they can hear rumblings going on behind it. Blah, blah, blah.
I don't know why I did that now.
I love it. Now, we have pushed forward, actually. Now, considering that he can see
I know
the
where you're
Possessed
going.
coming straight for them, he knows where I'm going, so they are a backup. Now, over here, Azrael has taken his Marines around the corner and have come face to face with an Overwatch from the Slaaneshi Hedonites of
Doom.
Doom. The sexy squad. Now, I'm going to do my Overwatch, just so everyone understands, if you're new to boarding action. These 3 have bolt pistols, and they all have line of sight that can see these guys, who are all very visible.
Mhm.
And this guy can't, because he is behind his units and behind his own models, so he doesn't get line of sight.
Yeah.
So he'll not fire. However, the Reaper Chain Cannon will. So I'll do the bolt pistols first. I need 6s, so it's unlikely. Nothing.
With your new bone dice.
With my new bone dice. These are hand-carved from the bones of Ultramarines. Slain Ultramarines.
Just Ultramarines, right?
Just
Just
Ultramarines, yeah.
Everybody hates them.
Just Ultramarines. As a Wordbearers player, kind of
You can get them on the store.
You can get them on the store.
Maybe.
Did you put...
They're now there, but I don't know if they'll be there long. So
Okay.
go and
Yeah,
check.
true. Old DC's bones. Get DC's bones and roll ones for the rest of your days.
Is this to hit now?
No, this is my Reaper Chain Cannon.
Okay.
Sixes, got one. That's all I need, my friend. Strength 5, so 3. That's a 1, of course. Now available on snbattleforce.com. That's it. So, yeah, no good there.
I've set to Overwatch there.
Yes, you have.
And I've also paid as extra CP for Hold the Line.
It's steady
advance. Steady advance. Steady something.
Yes.
And what that does is I will Overwatch on... Actually, I'm going to go for the +1 to hit.
+1 to hit.
I'm going to go for...
I don't know what that means.
Yes, there's a stratagem which is not Hold the Line. It's the other stratagem. It's the other action, which is... It's here. Aren't the actions here?
No, they're right
I'm
here.
going to go for set to defend.
Yes.
Set to defend.
Hold steady.
No, set to defend.
Oh, I see. The combat
The one you've never done before.
Yeah.
The combat one, so +1 to hit.
Wow.
Which is good because obviously these guys are hitting on 4s normally because they have power fist, so they would go back to 3s.
Great. It's a good idea.
I'm going to do that.
Strong stuff. Okay, so with that, we will go into your shooting phase coming up. Yay! Shooting for this Azrael.
Tactics already with my actions.
Well, yeah.
You haven't used any. You were saying, I haven't used this.
I honestly haven't.
I won't use Overwatch, and we're already using Overwatch.
But I was World Eaters last time.
I'm back, guys. Don't worry.
Yeah.
We're going to play proper boarding action now. So we're going to go straight on to shooting. We're going to start with Azrael first. He's going to use his Lion's Wrath. So I'm going to go for both profiles. It's got a mastercrafted a bolt gun and a plasma gun. Obviously, it's a combi weapon, so I'm going to do both.
Lovely.
-1 to hit, obviously, if I use both, but they are quite good. The bolt gun is still damage too. So
okay.
Here we go. Rapid fire 1, so 2
threes.
shots, hitting on 3s. 1 hit.
1 hit.
And by the way, I have chapter mastered these guys, which I don't think you mentioned.
I didn't.
And wounding on...
You can CP reroll that.
Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah.
Because I've got a lot of CP. 2 hits.
Nice.
And then wounding on 4s.
Okay.
2 wounds. Minus is 2.
Oh, wow. 5 ups.
-1.
Oh, so one goes through?
No, -2.
Minus...
-2, yes. Because we're in the tactical doctrine now.
Yeah. So these two are...
And they are damaged too.
Wow.
Very nice.
Brutal.
Okay, and then we've got the plasma gun.
Plasma gun.
Which are hitting on 3s. This is... Gets hot. Does it get hot? Doesn't say anything about gets hot here. We'll need to check that.
Okay.
1 hit. Strength is 8. 2's to wound. -4.
Yeah. So another one.
Damage 2.
Another one zapped. I will take this one. And that is... Conrad McCoy from our Patreons. You have just been obliterated by Azrael, my friend.
It's a good way to die.
See how
Like if you want to die, just die to name the character.
You're now in the wall.
Okay, and then we're going to go for 3 of them shooting back. I'm quickly going to measure if I am within rapid fire.
So yeah, these 3 can, these others are blocked.
So they're all within rapid fire.
Okay.
So that is 6 shots. 1, 2, 3, 6 shots. Here we go. Hitting on 3s.
Hit on 3s.
Rerolling because I'm chapter mastered.
Chapter master.
And 4's to wound.
4's to wound. 3 wounds.
That is 3 wounds at -2 because we're in the tactical doctrine.
So this minus nonsense from Marines always gets me. So yeah, there's another one dead, and he's on a wound, which I'll get from our tray. Dun dun dun. There we go. He's on a wound.
Perfect.
That is not good for old DC.
Okay, so now we just charge in, which I'm going to charge in straight away.
Okay, sure thing.
So I now need 8s on both of them.
Okay.
So I'm going to do the tactical squad first.
Yep. Ooh,
fail.
not quite.
And I'm going to go with
Azrael.
I'm actually going to re-roll this one, and I'm going to tell you why. Back to tactics. Tactics with Pardo. So if I charge with Azrael, he is then further away from this squad, which is the one that I think I need Azrael to deal with. And whilst if I go with the tactical squad, I think the tactical squad can then move and chase this guy. So I think Azrael needs to be closer to that unit. So I'm going to re-roll this.
I love that.
It's an 8.
No.
It's a fail. Okay, and then Azrael here is when I get the 8 and everything I've spoken about.
Everything's failed. Okay. Do I run away? Because I've lost a lot.
4.
Yeah, 5, 7, 8, 9. That was him. He's decided to have fun elsewhere.
Okay.
Right, that's it. That squad. 1 squad down for old DC. Not great for a start, but let's see how much damage I can do against these Terminators. in my turn too. Hold the phones. I've been playing too much Heresy.
No, you haven't been playing Chaos Rites.
Well, that as
It's
well.
good you have me here.
It's good you have yeah, exactly, because it's 9. Bishop 9. So he sticks around, because I rolled a 5. So yeah, let's see how much he can do with his 1 wound.
Before he dies again.
Before he dies again, exactly. Anyway, my turn, coming up. So, end of the movement phase for the Seekers of Pleasure. And I was talking to Pardo off camera when we were setting this up.
It's actually quite funny because I've had a rough week, so I haven't really been like invested in this game, which is, it's a Thursday, by the way.
Yes.
Thursday evening. And so I've come to the studio, I'm like, oh, I haven't read up a lot about Pro. Can you explain the game? He's like, it's quite simple. Look, hardly over. I'm like, what are these actions? He's like, oh, you hardly don't use it. You hardly don't Overwatch. You hardly don't this. You don't hold that. He didn't even know that one existed, was it?
Yeah,
set to defend. And I'm like, okay, fine. There's already been like 2 Overwatches, 1 hold the line. And then the other thing is like, oh, and what's this? And he's like, oh, you can hold the door down, but again, it's never happened in any of our games. It's happening now.
It's happening right now. Unfortunately for me, yes. So we're both running into the door. And I now need to roll off with Mr. Pardo, add our respective strengths to the score because he's trying to keep the door closed and I am trying to force it open.
I'm not holding it. I'm just messing around with the keypad.
Can you imagine a Deathwing Terminator doing that? So we roll off and add our strength. I am strength 5, luckily.
Yes. Please, for the love of YouTube, roll a 1.
A 4, okay.
Okay, so I need a...
I get +1 to this.
Do I have to what happens if we draw?
Well, let's find out first.
Okay.
Oh,
can I re-roll this?
No.
Why?
Because it's a command re-roll. It doesn't say in there you can re-roll an action strength test.
Why not?
Does it? You could check if desperately, but it's not going to happen. I failed anyway. I'll just take a CP off you now for cheating.
For cheating.
Now.
Oh, comment below. Maybe you can.
You can't.
Right? Why?
Why?
It's a new game.
It's a command
There's
re-roll.
loads of rules that you didn't even know.
It's true.
Okay.
Comment below.
Oh man, I wanted to.
I know you did. That would have been pretty terrible for me because I would have sat there for another turn. So here we are. Doors open and let's hug and make friends. Before we get into any charges, I do have 1 shooting and that is the Doom Siren. The Doom Siren.
Sounds cool.
It does cool.
Is it good?
It does cool. Is it good? It's Salty 6, Strength 5. Salty 6, AP 3, damage 1.
Looks good.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All yours.
All mine. Here we go. D6. Oh, the big 6. The bone dice coming in well here.
Did you tell the viewers that you moved this one this way?
Oh, I didn't. Thank you.
Oh.
So the guy, yes, you may have noticed he's not there anymore. I did a run and got up quite high. I got 4, I think, and I managed to hide in this corner. Reason being, guys, is because tactics, like Mr. Pardo was talking about, he now has to send assets this way to stop me get through these doors. It'll take me a couple of turns, granted, and then I'll try and make a run for it over there.
So did you move these guys?
I did, and I opened the door.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You're winning on doors. This is a thing, right, as well?
Me and Will play the doors game, yeah, and I am currently winning the doors game quite handsomely.
You can have those points.
Anyway, back to it. My Doom Siren, I now have Strength 5 to your Toughness of 4.
Yep.
AP 3.
Yep.
Here we go. Wounding on... Oh, I can't. You transhuman all the time,
All
right?
the time, yeah.
Force.
You have to hit first, right?
Nope, it's automatic.
Automatic hit. Okay. So
3.
AP 3?
AP 3.
Okay. So, 5 up in vulnerable save.
Wow, 5 vulnerable save.
Damage?
Damage is 1.
Okay.
If you're in half range...
That is 1 dead.
You have 3 wounds each, I believe.
Oh, yes, that's true.
You're thinking of Heresy.
Yes. Which we're getting really confused about. Okay, so...
Yeah, if you're in half range, it's damage 2, which is quite nice, but you're not. Now, let's go straight into charges.
Okay.
Lucius. I don't know what he needs.
I think it was 5, maybe 6.
Oh, he really wants to
He's
get in there. Okay, and then Possessed. They are also in.
This is, you know that moment. Have you seen Braveheart?
I have seen
I
Braveheart.
hope everybody's seen Braveheart.
Yes.
If not, like, you're not my friend. So, like, you know that moment where I think it's the Welsh, I think, isn't it? The Welsh.
It's the Irish.
Running to on the Irish again,
Yes.
and then they all start hugging. This is what happens. And this is when all those jokes of Dark Angels are killed.
Oh, yeah, true.
This is the moment where they start hugging and it's like, it's happening!
I love that. Right, with that, let's see how much hugging we're going to do in just a second. Here we are, starting off with Lucius. Now, Duelist Pride, one of his abilities, if anything with an unmodified 3-up or better weapon skill is fighting with him, he gets extra 3 attacks, Mr. Pardo.
I know, it's disgusting.
And he gets extra damage, Mr. Pardo.
Disgusting.
It's so good.
Gets worse and worse.
8 attacks.
Okay.
This is beautiful. Now, hitting on 2s. 1 miss. No wonton, because I'm only in turn 2.
Yep.
Then,
wounding on 4s.
I have 2 non-4s.
Yeah.
Because of your nonsense. 4s. Okay.
So
now,
what's that, 4?
that is, but these 3, I mean, it's AP 3 anyway, so it doesn't particularly matter, but these are AP 4.
Okay, so basically I have 5 ups.
Because of my Emperor's Children ability.
5 ups!
Everyone you fail is dead.
Okay, I'm going to use a CP to reroll one of these.
Ooh.
Um,
CP? Nope.
No, so that is 3 dead, right?
That is 3 dead. One's already injured, which is that one there. So he's gone, and 3
I'm
more.
actually going to take my... This guy off.
Sure thing.
He's dead because he was wounded.
Yes.
And I'm going to take my sergeant off because he's got power swords, which I prefer fist.
Yes. Don't forget, though, if you're thinking, because I know your brain, that's instant death with the power fist.
No, it's
okay.
damage 2. Damage 2.
Okay.
Damage 2.
Fair enough. Now, I have my assessed attacking.
Yes.
So I'll do a little cheeky ding, 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 ding. And I think it's within 2 inches now. So we need to check how many are in range.
Okay.
Just to make sure. I don't want to cheat you out of them. So I'll see how many can attack and grab some dice. I'll be back in a second. So now it's time for my possessed. One of them can't. It's actually my champion, one with the bald head at the back. But I still have a lot of attacks from the others because it is within 2 inches, which all these are within. Now, a little bit of a moan here about boarding action. Your stratagems, for example, are just Adeptus Astartes.
Here we go.
Mine are all either locked to a specific god or are core only. So my Emperor's Children one, for example, you get +1 strength, +1 weapon skill. The weapon skill is good here in this scenario. It's 2 CP, and it's only core or character. So the possessed can't use it. And then the other, it's just a lot of that. So like I only get like 1 or 2 stratagems, which it's just a bit annoying. Why make them a bit more flexible so everyone can play with them? Now, anyway, I digress. Let's go into this. I've got all of them attacking except for the champ, of course, because I left him in the back because I am a silly boy. I'm trying to grab all these bones.
I'm seeing you.
Struggling in the back.
I'm like trying to help him now. Let's make him suffer a bit more.
3s. No wonton goodness here, and no rerolls because they're not core.
Yeah.
Possessed aren't core. So no help from Lucius here. Now, this is 4s, unfortunately.
Okay.
Thanks to you. So, yep, that's a good old DC rolling there. 20 attacks and only 3 wounds.
Okay, minus is...
-2.
-2.
No, this one's -3.
Okay, so that one's a 5 up, which
Yep.
I'm going to do now.
Okay.
And these are 4 ups.
4 ups.
So
he lives on a wound.
Lives on a wound. So I can strike back, which makes me happy.
Yes, you can strike back.
Because I'm going to use the Emperor's Strength, I think it's called.
Strength.
Was it? Strength of the Emperor? I think it was.
I'll pass you the book.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
Thanks.
There you go.
Let me see. Oh, you've closed it, haven't you?
I didn't close it.
Okay, here. Found it straight away. Did I?
Yeah, that's the one.
Maybe. Yep. So, the Strength of the Emperor. Use a stratagem in the fight phase when Adeptus Astartes unit from your army is locked to fight until the end of the phase. Each time a model in that unit makes a melee attack, add 1 to the strength characteristic of that attack, and a modified hit roll of 6 automatically wounds the targets. So I'm going to get some dice ready. I'm going to smash you in the face.
Fighting back now, we have these 2 Deathwing. What are you doing now?
Nothing. I'm just hitting on 3s.
Oh, corner of my eye. You're always doing something.
Mm.
Okay, here we go.
Hitting on 3s because I get +1 from whatever that was called, set to defend. And I will be using the Emperor's thing to auto hit on 6s.
The Emperor's thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. That was bad.
That's bad.
3 wounds.
3 wounds. AP?
-3.
So up to my 5 up invulnerable demon save. 1 save.
1 dead.
1 is slain. I will take you. There you go. He is removed. You don't take morale, right?
Fearless. Yeah.
So
fearless.
I don't need to take morale either.
I'm happy that at least I survived. I don't think I was going to survive.
You're holding the line there.
Yeah, I don't think I was going to
No,
survive.
either did I. I got 20 attacks and I had 3 wounds.
Yeah.
It says a lot. Again, available on our store. Dun, 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 dun. Well, it's all coming up Millhouse right now. Actually, it's not, but
Intractable.
you remembered it. Oh, well done.
I said it straight away before I forgot.
Now, a little bit of scenario. One of these, me moaning about the stratagems, the one I can use, now only Lucius can use it because he's Heretic Astartes Slaaneshi. These guys are not because they can't take marks. GW. Now, I can use Stupefying Haze,
Yes.
right? You can use Intractable. So it's a Dark Angel specific stratagem now for boarding actions, and it allows
the only one they have.
yes,
Only.
and it allows in a circle to fall back and is still be
In a
eligible
circle,
to
not
shoot.
anything.
Is anything? Okay,
yeah.
including in a circle.
In
right?
a circle, you don't have, because in a circle can't have to pass a leadership test
Right.
to actually fall back. This one
Understood.
you don't have to roll. Or anything.
Yes, automatic. Now, it's a little bit of a confusing one because Stupefying Haze, which I then use on you, is I roll my 2 dice,
Yeah.
and if I get the same or exceed your leadership, you can't fall back.
Yeah.
Which is quite interesting. So let's try it.
Yeah, so I would use my CP first, and then you would
Yes,
counter
exactly.
that. So you make me use a CP as well.
Yes, I love it. And that is a 6. You are moving out, my friend.
Yes.
Enjoy.
Which
That
is
was
good.
a waste of a CP for me. What a stupid stratagem. Unless it worked, then it would have been fantastic. Now, you've moved forward with this intercessor squad, and they have set to Overwatch.
Yes.
Azrael did a run, got
Of
a
a
6.
yeah, so move 12.
He is bounding down that corridor.
Yeah.
He does not want the heretics to get to the doors and open to the void and the beauty of Slaaneshi. A firing squad has been set up here to finish off my bleeding, dying, one remaining marine on that door. So he's in trouble because even if he gets to here, he has to open the door now and basically sit there for another turn. One of the things I wish they would change
is you could pass like boarding like Zone Mortalis.
Because
just pass through.
Yeah, because now he's got a whole movement phase
I
of
know.
just opening a door. It just seems a little bit strange. Anyway, we digress. Now, with that, shooting, yeah, coming up. Time to taste the rainbow for the heretics.
Yep. So I'm going to start with the Terminators.
Okay.
Going straight through. So
Nice.
combi bolters first.
Combi bolters.
Hitting on 3s.
Nice.
And wounding on 4s.
We're on 5s, but that's okay.
5s. Oh yeah, strength, toughness 5, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, 2 missiles now.
2 missiles.
1 hit.
Nice.
And 1 wound. No wounds.
Toughness 5.
Toughness
Wow.
5.
So they fell back, but all that was for
Nothing.
Yeah.
And then we've got here 4 guys shooting because my sergeant can't basically shoot.
True.
So
presume-
2,
and let me just
4,
move out of
6.
my heroic intervention.
8.
Otherwise, I'll intervene with
Okay.
Lucius, and you don't want that, right?
No. These are bolters. Firing in.
Okay, that's not too bad. We can weather this. Looking for 4s.
Sorry, these are chapter masters.
Oh, before they left, before he ran off, he chapter mastered them. So 2 more. Okay, not like in our odds now. 4s, 3.
3 wounds.
Okay, minus.
I've got a lot of CP. I think I'm going to reroll one of these.
Wow.
Into 1 more.
Into 1 more. Okay, minus.
Minus is 2.
Still.
Yes, because I've carried on the tactical doctrine.
Oh, of course.
I will stay on the tactical doctrine now because my intercessors make the most of that.
I see. I can't stay on. I actually can on the 3rd turn, I think, or 4th. Anyway, he's dead. There we go.
That was quick.
Absolutely splatted. He is no longer of this earth. Now, with that being done, that's all you're shooting.
Yes.
And you can't charge because you fell back here. He can't see anything to charge. So, on to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On to turn 3 for the Chaos Space Marines. It's going to be a hit or miss. I think you're going to kill me there.
Yes.
But I don't know what's going to happen later.
I need to get to the doors.
I know.
So, yeah.
It's a bit difficult because you have to ignore everything and go for the doors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I've moved through here.
Okay.
Created a firing line to shoot Azrael. Then I might even charge him.
Perfect.
Just try and throw him out of the way.
Yeah.
Here, I couldn't get past an inch of the Deathwing. So I'm stuck here, essentially. But what I will be doing is hopefully finishing these guys off and then basically going through these 2 doors in the last 2 turns. And trying to kill your Warlord. Yeah, so tough one. I can shoot them, actually, with my my Doom Siren.
Okay. Different options.
Different options.
Okay, so movement finished. Do you want... Oh, I set to defend here, didn't I?
Oh, you
set
did?
to overwash.
Yes.
So I'm going to spend a CP to obviously hit on 5s now.
Yes, you did that at the last turn.
Yes, I did that. Yeah, because you have to do it when you're set to defend.
I believe so, yeah.
Okay, so can you measure if I'm within 12?
You are, because Lucius is within 12.
So I can shoot at Lucius?
Yeah, you can only... Lucius is fine to shoot at.
Okay.
He's not. The one in the back isn't.
Okay, so 2,
But
4,
of them are.
6, 8, 9, include with the one at the back. Cool. I like this. Hitting on 5s into Lucius then, because he's the closest. I
Correct.
can't target him. Trying to target him. Have you got any of these wounded?
No, none of those wounded.
Okay.
Also, they're not
okay,
within...
I'll shoot into Lucius to get extra shots.
Yeah.
Hitting on 5s.
5s. That's 3.
Get
4.
Yeah. I've got CP. I don't have to reroll. No, I won't reroll these. Okay, and then wounding toughness 4. 3 wounds.
Nice.
At -2.
I have 4 vulnerable save.
Okay.
So 1 wound goes
1
to...
wound. He bleeds.
He bleeds.
Which is good. It's a good sign.
Down to 6.
Bit of morale for the intercessors before they get slaughtered in the corridor. Okay.
Okay.
So now it's your turn to shoot.
Yes, it is. We're going to be firing here.
Okay.
We're going to do a crack grenade first.
Nice.
Into him, which hits. And I have to wound him on 4s, right? Same again?
Yes.
Nope, of
No
course.
wounds. Do you want to CP that? You've got CP,
Might
which you're
as
not,
well.
you're not using.
Yep.
Nope. Doesn't wound. Okay.
Then I've got 2 bolt pistols that are in range.
Nice.
No 6s for extra shots, but they go through and nothing.
Because of your 1 ton, right? Now?
That's my 1 ton. Yes. I'm basically in the last one now. I think it's Massacre.
Okay.
So 8 shots from the Reaper. Nice. Now this doesn't get any 1 ton because it's a heavy weapon.
Okay.
And I'm looking for 4s, unfortunately. 3 go through.
3 wounds. You didn't do that well anyway.
No, it isn't.
Minus is?
AP1.
Okay, so 3 ups.
Actually, yeah, AP1.
AP1? Okay. 3 ups, all passed.
It might have been AP2 there, but it doesn't matter.
On one of them?
On one of them.
Okay, I'll roll a 4 up for you. There we go.
Yeah, you're fine. Because it's Emperor's Children on 6s to get extra AP.
Extra
I think
AP.
it's shooting and
Okay.
melee.
Cool.
And then lastly, we got Lucius's Doom Siren.
Nice.
Now,
You're going to fire into them then? Because you're in range, right? Or you're going to go into the Terminator?
I am in
and
range
not
of them.
risk it? Is it damage 2?
It's damage 2.
Is it?
Yeah, Lucius is just behind you.
Okay, let's check.
Let's check. The Doom Siren.
Contrast and trages. Doom Siren is damage 1.
It's damage 2.
No, it's damage 1.
D6, strength 5?
Strength 5, minus
83.
3, damage
Okay.
1.
In that case, then I'll try and kill this last. I'll try and kill this last
The
guy.
Terminator.
And it becomes damage 2 if I'm within 6 inches with the Doom Siren. That's what I'm thinking of.
Okay.
So I might as well. I'll go for them.
Is it?
D6.
Yes.
It's
Half
4.
range.
4 auto hits.
Okay.
I have to wound on 4s. So 2 wounds.
2 wounds, and you're half range, so it does become damage 2.
Yeah.
Minus is 3, so
Yes.
5 ups. Fail both.
So he's
So
dead,
and he's down to
a wound.
2 wound, yeah.
Wow.
I think I'm going to re-roll one of these.
Okay.
I might as well. I
Did
have
you
CP.
re-roll earlier? No, that was...
No. Fails anyway.
Okay.
So he's down to 1 wound.
Okay.
Okay.
Down to 1 wound.
And I'm down to 1 CP left.
Down to 1 CP. I've got 2 left, I believe. Maybe more. Actually, no. I probably have more.
Yeah,
Check.
you've got 1 in your
Yeah.
in this turn now.
So, with that, it's just charges.
Okay, so let's get some dice and go straight onto charges. And we're back onto charges now. He is going to go in for the kill.
This is big.
Slay the Warlord is quite important for
It
10
is.
points. So all these kill special means going to go into Azrael himself. Maybe a good, maybe it's good, maybe it's bad. We'll,
don't know.
we'll see in a couple of minutes' time.
I get a lot of attacks, but I hit on 2s because I have the icon.
Lovely.
That'll get him in with
Okay,
a 5.
That's what you needed, right? So
I think I needed a 4, but
Okay.
yes. Now, they're auto in.
yes.
I'll roll it in a second, but
Okay.
now I need a 9.
Yes.
Because Lucius is going to long bomb it across the corridor. Nope. CP reroll.
Ooh.
CP reroll time. Gonna drop my CP down. And
Looking for 9.
for the bones of chaos. Oh,
It's an 8.
it's an 8.
Ah.
But worth a try, worth a
What's
try.
the time? Yeah, we've failed a lot of charges actually between you and me.
There we have you.
Okay, so let's get everybody in, get some dice ready, and straight into the fight phase.
Here we go. This is it.
Starting off with the Azrael combat.
Yes.
First Space Marines, a lot of attacks.
A lot of attacks.
Remember that you're exploding on 6s, get an extra AP on 6s.
Yeah.
A lot of 6s needed.
A lot of 6s needed.
So
Right.
this is the champ.
This is the champion with his demon blade. Going in, you need 2s because of my icon of Slaaneshi.
Okay.
So that's all hit, and an extra 1 for the old wonton.
Ew.
Nice. Now,
Fours-
I
fours
totally moved
too.
on 4s.
Yeah.
Hence why, guys, if you're interested, I haven't used the Emperor's Children's specific these combat elixirs, +1 strength and +1 weapon skill. Well, you get 1 weapon skill anyway because it's the Slaaneshi icon, so it's a little bit redundant. But +1 strength, it doesn't matter with Azrael because I can't wound him by anything but a 4.
Nice.
Speaking of which, 4s, but give me some 6s for extra AP. There you go. So,
3 wounds, right?
yeah, these 2 are AP2,
Okay.
and
So
this
4s
one
anyway.
is AP3.
4s anyway. So looking
true.
for 4s. Fail 2, of which I will use a CP for. And fail again.
Oh!
So he's down to 4 remaining.
Yes,
Which is
that's your
quite-
last CP, right?
No, I have 1. Yes, this is my last one. Yeah.
So, that's damage 2 piece, so that's 4 wounds go through.
Oh, is it damage 2?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, for the demon blade,
nice.
Damage
Okay,
2.
so he's down to 2 wounds only.
down to 2 wounds. And
Oh,
now,
that makes it very scary actually.
chain swords.
Okay.
Hitting on 2s. 6s do an extra 1, but of course old DC hitting on 2s gets himself a bunch of 1s.
Mhm.
Yep. Now,
4 2 wounds.
4s to wound, but 6s doing better.
So 4 wounds.
4 wounds, AP2 on these 3, AP1 on this one.
Okay, so 1 at 3 up because I believe he's got a 2 up save.
He's got 2 up save?
I think so.
He's got a 2 up?
Yes, 2 up.
Wow.
So 1 3 up.
Yep.
Is your pass, and these are 4 ups because it's -2, right?
It's -2, yeah, because there's extra AP with
Ah.
Emperor's Children.
He survives
He does.
on 1 wound.
3 attacks left.
What?
With the Reaper Chain Cannon.
What is this?
He's just got a knife, though.
Okay.
That's 2 hits.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
Oh, that was scary actually. So I get to strike back.
Oh,
I'm
so annoying.
happy. I'm celebrating behind this camera, but you can't see it.
No, yeah.
And we're back.
Oh, so annoying.
We move on to this combat now. A lot of dice. We were going to do it off camera, but we thought, look,
Yeah,
everybody
for
likes
sure.
to roll
Now,
a lot of dice.
I got 20 bone dice, because they come in packs of 20, folks.
Yeah.
Trying to shield these ones hard. So, but I need 1 extra, because the champion has my extra attack. So I'm going to
Right.
pinch one of Mr Pardo's
Rainbow dice it is.
I'm going to use just the rainbow dice, because he's got 1 wound left.
Okay.
Hitting on,
They don't work for you.
Threes.
I'm just warning you.
that's a hit.
Yep.
Wounding on 4s,
They tease you.
that's a
Oh,
wound.
okay.
And it's an extra AP, because I'm an Emperor's
Okay,
Children.
so 5 up.
Oh!
I tease you. I tease you.
Right, the rest of them are going in now.
Okay.
One of them just poked you in the eye, and you were fine. Now the rest of them are going to chop you to pieces.
Hitting on 3s.
Hitting on 3s, yes.
You don't. Do you get 1 ton as well?
They do get 1 ton.
Oh,
So
okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 extra.
Wow.
And now 4s.
Yep.
Oh, God. Now,
It's enough. It's enough.
I know, but how often, right? How often?
What's that? 2, 4, 6,
Look
8,
at
9. 9. 6, 7, 8, 9.
He's been dipped in the blood of
Shaggy.
Shaggy.
This is why he hasn't been around. in a
Draining him
long
all
time.
every night.
Okay, so minus is a lot, right?
Just don't roll a 1 or a 2 and he's over. There you
Okay,
go.
He's over.
He's
He's
over.
dead.
Chopped to pieces. I will
Okay.
do. I don't know. You can't consolidate in this.
Oh, can you?
No, you can, but you have to end in like base contact, basically. So because I can't, because there's no one around.
Base contact with someone else.
Basically, yeah. So consolidation works in this that you have to. One model has to end up in base contact with one of the enemy. If you can't, then no one else can consolidate.
Okay.
Comment below if I'm totally lying and
That
talking
doesn't
rubbish.
sound right. I think you're lying.
But that's what I remember.
Okay, so Azrael's time to strike.
Oh, this is shocking.
Here we go.
It's gonna
Hitting on 2s.
Butcher my whole squad.
All hits. And wounding on...
I imagine 3s.
The Sword of the Secrets is -4. +2 strength, so 6, strength 6.
So 3s.
So 3's to wound. Okay. And that's the unit Wiped out. -4 these, and if you count them all, it's 5.
Damage.
5 damage too.
Here we are, and the Dark Angels are surrounding Lucius and his bodyguard. We have stayed put with this squad because they can get their extra shots off, of course. This squad has done a run up against this door, ready to burst through into the other chamber, and Azrael has limped around the corner, but can get bead on, is it Lucius, or is it the Possessed, or both?
I can see both.
Okay, so you can both, so you get a charge off potentially there, and we could see an Azrael-Lucius combat.
I'm just going to shoot at Lucius. I don't want to get into combat with him. He's pretty good.
He's very good, yeah, he's pretty good.
Yeah.
Now, let's start off.
Chapter mastered myself.
Of course. In the new book, whenever that comes out, you'll be able to do
Stop
that.
complaining.
And I can't wait.
These guys have stayed put because obviously I can file for not moving. And then these guys, it's a silly rule. Run up, I got a 6 actually, so they run up against the wall, against the door, but they can't press the button to open the door yet. The bad thing is, now next turn, I can just open the door and can't move anywhere.
True. Yeah.
Shameful.
Shameful.
Okay, so we're going to go straight on to shooting.
Yeah, let's do it.
Lion's Wrath first. So here we go. We're going to do the bolt gun first, hitting against Lucius.
Can you shoot Lucius without them being close by? Who's closer?
Ooh, I think obviously he's closer, isn't he? I think that would be. This base looks closer. Okay, so I'll shoot him.
I like it.
That is 2 hits.
Yep.
Strength 4, so 5s, 1 wound.
1 wound.
-2.
Okay, 5 up. Nope.
Damage 2.
Wow, down to 1 wound.
Okay.
I'll just put them.
I've got one.
Thanks.
Okay. Which one?
The one at the end. Not that one.
You want it? No.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
If I kill that one, I can't charge them.
Oh, okay, fair enough. That makes sense.
Plasma.
Plasma
is 2 hits.
2 wounds.
2 wounds.
5 ups. Save 1, but that is him splat. Okay, cool. Right.
And then firing squad
He's
into
just
Lucius.
Floating in the void now.
How many wounds does Lucius have? 5. I'm gonna do firing squad into
Possessed?
Into Possessed, yeah, because I want to get Azrael into.
Yeah, Azrael, Lucius fight.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Now, do you fight first with your whippy thing, or
the whip makes you fight last?
Let me fight last, but I get the charge, so I fight first, right? Unless you charge.
I have fight first,
yeah,
because I'm Emperor's Children. But actually, I don't get fight first on Emperor's Children. That's with the Mark of Slaaneshi.
Okay.
And he might have the Mark of Slaaneshi, of course. Now, I'll get myself confused.
We'll check then.
No, but the Whip of Torment makes you fight before all eligible units in my army get to fight. It's one of those.
You?
Yes.
I meant to try fight last.
I would assume so.
Okay,
but
so
we'll work it out.
I'm going to shoot into Azrael, into Lucius then.
Okay.
Nice 10 extra points.
The coward's way out. Hitting on 3s?
Hitting on... No, I get +1
plus
to
1
hit for not moving.
Nice.
Will be in Dark Angel.
Dark Angel.
And Lucius is toughness 4, isn't he?
He's toughness 4, yeah.
So 1, 2,
5?
3, 4, 5.
Nice, I got 5 wounds.
5 wounds.
And
-2, so 4 ups.
And you know I love rolling.
Yeah, I'm going to use my... No.
Okay.
Not my nothing.
So yes, it fell 4 of them.
Okay, down to 1.
Down to 1 wound left. Oh, wow.
And that is it. That is all my shooting. Now, we're going to check if the charger still gets to go first.
It's really confusing because it's like, there's a stage, isn't it? Like charges, then...
Yeah, so confused. I think the charge always goes first, but on some occasion it doesn't. So let's check.
Yay.
And we are back for the charge.
You're a coward.
He's an angry man.
You're a coward.
Why?
Because you won't charge Lucius. You're a coward.
You want me to charge Lucius?
Yeah.
Lucius will go first because
my whip.
You whip.
Come on.
And then you are
always fight first. We worked it out. So basically, charges would go first, but then my whip would negate your charge, and then it goes kind of normal. But I always fight first because I have Mark of Slaaneshi.
It's disgusting. You want me to charge you? Here's the charge. What do I need?
I think it's a 5.
Okay. That's a lot. He's
yes. Yes, finally.
I think I'm in both, right?
You want to charge both?
I don't think I have to move within an inch of them.
That's
more or less.
You can be within an inch there, not be within an inch there. That's fine. But it's cool. We just want to deal with these 2.
Okay.
Here we go. Here we go.
Okay, so you strike first.
Thanks.
With all your attacks, how many attacks do you have?
Well, because you are weapon skill good, I get 8 attacks.
Okay.
Woo-hoo-hoo. 8 attacks. Hitting on 2s.
Oh,
Ooh, that was a bit extreme. But that's what happens. And then we have 3 wontons.
yuck.
Oh, yes. 4s, unfortunately, but die.
1, 2, 3. What's that?
That.
3, 4,
Those
5,
are
6.
AP a lot, so it's invulnerable saves.
6.
6, please.
4-ups. 6 4-ups.
6 4-ups.
Oh, I love 40k. We're back, and I'm loving it now. He made me go on the camera and everything, like, I want to say you're a coward on. Here you go. How do you think about that? And I also, when I said, okay, let's do it, I remembered about my stratagem, which is only in death does duty end. 1 CP, so I could have actually struck back at you. But I'm not. Don't even need to do that anymore. So
That's disgusting.
here we go.
What is wrong with you?
Here we go.
Your dice are just
6 attacks again.
broken.
Hitting on 2s. Guess what? All hits. Wounding on 3s. Okay. Okay. What's your invulnerable save?
4 up.
4 up, and you can use the CP.
Yes.
So I'm going to use my free CP from this turn
Oh, because you didn't
Which I
spend
would-
it on your stupid stratagem.
to wound you once more.
4 wounds.
4 wounds.
4 ups. CP. However,
you miserable cowards.
however, you have to take a leadership test, my friend.
And what happens now?
We'll find out.
Oh, I hate these things.
Oh, this is exciting. So,
Read it out for the people.
Armor
The
of-
people want to know.
the people who do know are smiling right now. Armor of Shrieking Souls. So, 4 up invulnerable save. Dice fell out of here now.
Okay.
4 up invulnerable save. If this model is destroyed by an attack made by an enemy model, your opponent must roll 2d6. If the result is less than the enemy model's leadership characteristic, that enemy model unit suffers d3 mortal wounds. If you fail it, you suffer d6.
So basically he's dead.
You're going to die either way. Your souls will be eaten
Is there
by
anything? Do
Slaaneshi.
you have to roll something?
It says you have to roll. Basically, it
you
doesn't
have
matter.
to roll something.
You have to. No, your opponent must roll 2d6. If the result is less than the enemy's leadership,
I
you
failed.
failed anyway. D6
T6. He's dead.
and eaten. You were eaten.
Now shake my hand, my proper hand.
All right.
There we go.
Well done.
Azrael matched Lucius with every strike and counter. Both Astartes were already gravely wounded, yet fought at an unrelenting pace. The Dark Angel managed to strike a finishing blow that brought Slaanesh's champion down, bursting into a hue of pinkish flame before vanishing entirely.
So there it is, a win to the Dark Angels. Your strike cruiser is safe for now.
La
Car-
Roca. It's called
It's called
La Roca.
La Roca.
Do you know what that is?
The Rock.
In Spanish.
Yeah. I mean, that one wasn't difficult.
You've been here for like 6 years and I still
Just
can't
checks
talk
the
to you in
dictionary.
Spanish.
Yeah, true. So, yeah, a victory to the Dark Angels. Actually, it was a close game in terms of model count, and I quite enjoyed the combat, and it was quite bloody, and there were some fun things that went on in it, which I do like about boarding action.
Yeah.
I'll let you have a talk in a moment. Obviously, the victory was to the Dark Angels because you held more airlocks.
I have
And
everything.
Slaaneshi couldn't seep his way in. Or her way in.
Listen, you didn't open any door.
I could have opened one, but I didn't.
Yes, that's the main
Yeah.
point.
So, first game, how do you feel about boarding action?
So, I've heard good things, and I've heard a lot of, not boring, it's just, there's a lot of mechanics that I don't like. First of all, I think we have to talk about our boards are always slightly bigger.
Yes.
So, we do have the boards, we should measure it up, see just how much bigger it is,
Yes.
because that's something obviously that we need to,
I want to point out, it probably is slightly bigger in certain areas,
Yeah.
but
our
there's
deployments are the same.
roughly. Like I try and make the boards as close as possible in
Yeah.
terms of the layout kind of thing. You guys probably see that's quite similar, but one the walls are bigger,
Yeah.
and we have to try and balance it as best we can with Zone Mortalis. And the way that Zone Mortalis clips together,
It looks much better, by the way.
I prefer it.
Like,
personally.
it should have been Zone Mortalis and that's it.
Yeah. However, what I would also say is that a lot of our board has dead space. I call it. It's
Yeah.
areas which just look like it's bigger, or we're never going to use it.
No.
All the edges are
Yeah,
on the
the
side.
deployments are more or less on the same,
Yeah, so it
same
should be
area of.
it should be fine.
Yeah.
But anyway,
So that's out the way. Next up, I think boarding action there's a lot of things that I don't like.
Okay.
Which is a lot of mechanics, like it doesn't speed the game up where I can't open a door and carry on moving up. For example.
Yeah.
There's little things that I've also noticed, because I've been editing some of your reports with Big Will, is that the defender always has an easier mission than the attacker on some occasions.
Yeah,
it's much easier to defend than attack in Zone Mortalis.
Yeah.
And you can start going back to where, defend whatever part of the ship you need.
I usually have to, if I'm the attacker, I have to do attack, get through you, and do an action of some description on top of that. So this one, for example, it's not just you base contact. You should just be able to make base contact and open, and you can move to another one.
Yes, definitely.
Something like that. But the fact that I have to do an action, I have to hold for that turn, essentially.
Yeah.
I agree. I also think that I don't mind the first turn when nothing really happens. It's a little bit different for us guys because we're recording for you.
Yeah.
So first turn for us, we feel like, the folks aren't seeing enough action turn one, so it feels a bit dry.
Mm-hmm.
But
it suddenly clashes. That's something else I want to get into, but carry on.
Just that the turn one, yes, it can be a little bit slow, but if you're having a home game with your friends or in a club or whatever it might be, you don't really think about that, do you? When you're chatting with your friends and just do turn one, get ready for it. So I think it's okay.
Yeah. The second thing is that there's a point in the game where you clash. Nearly every single unit in the same turn clashes. And what I still say is a bit like, not boring, that's not the word I want, but it's like whoever wins that combat normally passes on to an objective. It's like that Horus Heresy mission where you have to go to your opponent's deployment zone and he has to get to your deployment zone, and the first 3 turns you just glass in the middle and start fighting.
Tide of Carnage?
I think it's Tide of Carnage. I don't think it's Tide of Carnage, but it's basically that. And I think it feels like that a lot. The other thing is that a lot of people are pointing out is it feels like the person who has the most units is the person that wins the game because there's more units hiding away, moving through corridors where the enemy isn't there. Now, what happens, this is a question that hasn't happened for this one, what happens with a unit, because obviously I had 4 deployment zones, or 3, what happens if I have 6 units?
What happens then is they go into your reserve, and when you muster your boarding patrol, you select basically which units you're going to put in reserve.
Okay.
Obviously, your warlord can go in with one of the entry zones with the other guys, but then the next turn, from turn 1 onwards even, you can bring people in. From basically like reinforcements.
From where?
From only the entry zones.
Where I have deployed?
Yes, exactly. Where I showed you where you deployed at the start.
I can come from there.
And now that's where the patrol zone, which you saw right at the start, that one you couldn't deploy reserves in, because that's your patrolling force around the ship, as it were. It didn't factor into this game because you only had 4 units.
So it's still a positive. Like if I brought 10 units of, is there a max on troops?
You can take up to 3 troops, up to 3 elites.
And now some of them you can get an extra one.
And
so for example, Marines you can get an extra heavy support choice. So it would be 6, 7, 8 units in total with my HQ, which is a lot. If you can actually fill those 8
units, I was going to say 500 points is probably not.
Yeah, if you can, like guards maybe can and stuff, things that are cheap. I think that the more units to have, the more things you can move about and run and stuff. It's more like catch and hide and seek. At that point. I think it's, and now the conclusion of the conclusion for the game. I think it's a perfect game to set up at home, have a couple of beers, a couple of nachos, a little group of people, 3 or 4 guys, and nachos. Love nachos. And have a couple of laughs and quick games and stuff like that. Mechanic-wise, it doesn't still convince me. I would much prefer to play 40k. I would much prefer to play Zone Mortalis in Horus Heresy.
That's interesting. And stuff like that. This is a whole other thing we can get into. The 40k for me at the moment, of most games I've played end turn 3 and get pretty smashed one side or the other. It's been a long time since I've had like a turn 5 nail biter. Those are always the best games. That's ultimately what we want. We like playing match play competitive, but we like playing kind of a friendly competitive, if that makes sense, compared to what people say online about you. But anyway, the point is that Zone Mortalis, I do feel like I've had more fun interactions and more like little stories and bits and bobs you can come from that. Plus, anyway, I'm biased because I like the idea of like fighting on a ship through space or fighting underground, things like that. I like the aesthetics of it all.
I love that. I just feel there's there needs to be 750 points from there instead of 500.
Maybe we try it with 750. Comment below, let us know what you feel. and we could try it with more points.
It seems like it needs a
Yeah,
bit
more, maybe so.
Something more.
My last point I want to make
Yeah.
is that obviously the new book, which is Arks, Omen, and Gron, and we're going to have more books coming out. I don't know how I feel about people are going to have to pay for those books, and you need the original book from what I saw for the full rules of boarding action and things like the enhancements and stuff. They're not in the Angron one. That's just the upgrades, and they've got some other bits and pieces. There's some stuff we didn't even use in this game because we don't have the pieces. Like there's like electric nodes and other things you can do. And that's in the Angron book, so you have to get that one. So you have to have multiple books again. It's going back to that. And
I hate it.
Right? It just seems a bit like silly for me. Like why?
Like Horus Heresy, and I know I keep going back to Horus Heresy, but it's one book.
Yeah.
It's the rule book and your book. Yeah. That is it.
Whereas this is going to be multiple books if you play
already.
multiple factions already. And then now I really like...
Plus you need the rule book for how to play 40k.
Correct. Yeah, it's starting to stack up again. And why isn't it just released in, this is the book, this is all you need to play.
So it's 3 books up to now to play.
It's three books now.
It's the rule book for that moment, and not for your faction. They say I play Space Marines here. It's 3 books already.
Yeah, but a lot of folks will play multiple factions.
Yeah, which is more. But if I want to play Space Marines, you need 3 books. You need to know the 40k rules. You need to know this rules at least.
But then also you'd like to know, like for example, this is I'm going to go on again now, but I'll know in Horus Heresy if I bought Traitor and Loyalist and the main book, 3 books, I know everything.
That's it.
Pretty much, right? Everything of what you're going to do, what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I won't know what you're going to do if I don't have the Angron book because I'm a Gene Stealer cult player and I've got the 5th book in the line.
And I hate as well. Hate is a bad word. Let's not use hate. Something I don't like is as well that we are getting this, so Marine players can now go into boarding action and play the game with all the new rules. And maybe Gene Stealer Cult is in the 3rd installment book, which is maybe 6 months away. Yeah. And you have 6 months of not having all the
any strategies. Yeah, exactly.
Not a fan of that.
Don't forget that on top of this is the FAQ thing, where it talks about the different abilities within the factions in between, because GW understand that they need to tweak it. So then you have that as well. But it's also the stratagems. Like I liked there was 3 stratagems, and then you had some actions, and that was it. And now we've got every faction is getting a whole bunch more.
Space Marines have now 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in total now,
right?
Which isn't that bad. But if I had 5, I would much prefer it.
I think a lot of people are getting tired of the stratagem bloat, especially in 40k. And now I thought, oh, this is a relief from that. And now we're starting to see, well, actually, we're going to see more in there. And transhumans back, which is just fantastic. Anyway, a long rant over. If you're still with us, thank you very much. We appreciate all the support. Until next time, that was DC and Pardo and the SN Studio and some boarding action. So we'll see you again very, very, very soon. Don't do that.